Thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. Hey there, I'm Ivan Calderon, and today we're making a beat. So as some of you know, I'm currently putting out a new beat EP every month to all streaming platforms, and the one for April this month actually drops on the 30th, so make sure to hit the link in the description if you want to pre-save it on Spotify. But for this video, I thought we can get started making something for next month's release. Now, like the rest of the world, I've had Peaches by Justin Bieber on repeat since it dropped, and today I kind of want to make something with a similar vibe. 4 on the floor type groove, but still super vibey and chill. Let's get started. All right, so jumping into Studio One, I think the first thing that I want to do is start out with the drums, kind of build like a backbeat to then build on top of. Now, before all that, let's set the tempo and the key. Now, I believe the original song is in C major, so we're gonna also keep ours in C major. But as far as the tempo goes, I think I'm gonna do something like 90. All right, let's lay some drums down. Now I do want these quantized. I am gonna probably add some live drums a little bit later on just to kind of keep that vibe, but at least for these, I do want them quantized. So this is what we got. Now I think I also wanna add some sort of like clap. So let's go ahead and add that in, but like on every other snare hit. So it'd be on the 4. Right there. Now that needs a little bit more impact, so let's go over to the mixer and let's add a reverb. I have been loving vintage verb, so let's go ahead and maybe lower this down first. Perfect, and then from here we're just gonna duplicate this to fill out this little loop here. Okay, I think I have a pretty good foundation when it comes to these impact drums, but I do wanna add some live drums. Now, my favorite plugin for that of all time at the moment is Easy Drummer 2 by Toontrack. This thing's amazing. Now I am gonna cheat a little bit with this plugin because whenever it comes down to programming the notes by hand, this plugin requires a lot of finesse because obviously the harder you hit something, the louder it's gonna be, and it is a drum kit. So what I'm going to do is just gonna go over to the search bar here and let's take a look and see what we can do. You can pretty much filter this by genre, type, and play style, and even the power hand, and even time signature. But what I'm gonna do is go over to pop and let's do beat. Let's take a listen to some of these chorus. That might work. Not a fan of that one. Maybe. I think I like this first one. So then from here, all I'm going to do is basically just drag that MIDI over and boom, there it is. Now that doesn't sound bad, but I do want to make some changes. So let me do that and then we'll cut back into whatever I have created. Okay, so these are my edits. I basically just took away a couple of different parts like the snare because I wanted to leave my original snare from Impact as the main one and have that cut through. I did leave the kick because I wanted to blend it in with my original kick. It kind of gave it a nice little extra bit of punch. And then I did add this little open hat here. As far as the close hats, they were I think on the ride, but I moved them down to the hi-hat. And now, this is what my drums sound like. Nice little fill coming up. Okay, so we're sounding pretty good, but I do want to add at least 2 more things for now to these drums. Number 1 is a movement piece, and I usually default to either like a shaker or a tambourine, so I think that's what I'm gonna do here. And then second, I do want to change up the ending of this second half of the live drums because they kind of have like this flourish going on. But for the second half, I kind of wanted to be more of a fill because this would be the chorus leading into the verse. So let's see what we can do. Now for this, I'm gonna cheat again. Let's go over to the Easy Drummer plugin and I'm gonna go over back to search. Oh, let's do soul. See what we get from there. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that's the one. This is it. Whatever this is, I'll take it. Let's see what that sounds like. fire. Okay, last thing to do here is to add a shaker, so let's go ahead and add that in. All right, so this is what we got so far. Check it out. Big clap on the fours. End of the first half with a flourish. Back to the regular beat. And then we end with a fill. Perfect. Okay, let's move on now back up to the melody. Hey there, before we continue with this beat, I wanted to take a minute and thank the sponsor for this video, DistroKid. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, this year I am challenging myself to put out one beat EP a month to all streaming platforms, and the way that I've been doing it is with DistroKid. DistroKid is a digital distributor, and with plans starting at $20 a year for unlimited uploads, it is by far the easiest and most affordable way to release your music to all streaming platforms. Not only that, but they also have a ton of additional features that come included with your subscription, like the ability to get verified on Spotify, automatically share revenue with collaborators, upload synced lyrics to Instagram and Apple Music, send song credits to stores, create an official YouTube artist channel, and so much more. Promoting your music is also super easy. DistroKid has a variety of different tools that help you create mini videos, social media promo cards, and even landing pages to share your music and grow your following. If you're looking to release your own music, say maybe your own beat tapes, then click the first link in the description to get 7% off your first year. Thank you so much to DistroKid for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to the music. Okay, so let's figure out a chord progression. Now, we're in the key of C major, but I don't want to start off with C. That would be too on the nose. So maybe let's start with an F, and we could probably make this an F major 7, just to kind of make it more like soul jazzy. Shift up to maybe A minor 7. So let's try this out, hold on. Back down to the F, but remove the 7, so it's just a regular F major, so you'd have... And then maybe some sort of like walk up... That could work. Hey! That is actually perfect. So let me go ahead and send the velocity here to 50, and then we're gonna use this macro. Still super smooth, but we got that groove going. Now I'm debating a little bit. I don't know if I should keep this piano how it is, or maybe replace it with a different sort of keys, maybe like more Rhodes type keys. I guess you could always test it out. Let me bring in my favorite synth at the moment, DX7. Woo! Now from here, I'm thinking some sort of like pad, so let me just duplicate this DX7. Let's see here. So that pad might work, but we do need to EQ it a little bit because it has like this really weird top end sizzle that I'm not liking at all. Like all of this, what is that? And while we're at it, let's also cut off some low end. Okay, so from here, I think I want to add some guitar, and then what I'm thinking is maybe playing on the guitar the same chords that I have for the keys, record them twice, and then split them left and right, hard left, hard right, to create like a really wide stereo field. So let's do that. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I kind of want a couple more things. Obviously, we still need a bass, but I want some sort of like stabby synth to kind of introduce every chord just to make it sound bigger. And then I'm also thinking of maybe adding in like a lead, like a top line with the guitar again. So I think in order, let's do synth, let's do bass line, and then top line. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so I found this little stabby synth chord thing in Serum that I think will work out. Check it out. I only need this again just to accent those chords. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the MIDI from the keys, just duplicate them up, but I am going to shorten these long chords here. So in terms of the instruments, this is what we have. Add the drums back in. Okay, so moving on, let's go down to the bass. Now for this, I'm going to be using Moto Bass, which is a live bass emulation. Fantastic if you don't have some of the higher end products like Trillium. This is also really, really good. Okay, last but not least, we need some sort of top line, and I do think I want to go back to the guitar for that. So let's see what we can come up with. All right, so once again, I've recorded these guitars twice, but instead of panning them hard left and hard right, what I'm gonna do is maybe do like there. Since the other two guitars are already pan to either side, this will just kind of widen up the stereo field. So this is technically the entire beat. Check it out. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. And as always, like this video if you like to, subscribe if you're not already, but I'll see you on the next one.